Animals at One Television Plaza. This is WTAP News at 6.
The Humane Society of Parkersburg is helping to take care of dogs found in a hoarding situation. Good evening and thank you for joining us this Halloween. I'm Phyllis Smith. The Humane Society of Parkersburg recently rescued 146 dogs from one location. According to the shelter manager, Samantha Tanous, they were rescued yesterday in the late afternoon. They have not told us where in Parkersburg the dogs came from. This was after a tip came in from a neighbor who estimated 10 Chihuahuas were inside of the house. Police have been notified about the situation. Samantha said they are cleaning up the dogs in their care and making sure they are healthy. The other ones are either in foster care or at other shelters.
They're all here at the shelter right now. Well, some are in foster homes, so right now we're just in the process of getting them cleaned up, getting them vaccinated, nails trimmed. So that's what we're working with at the moment.
She said it's going to be a pretty crazy couple of weeks, but the Humane Society is hoping to push through it. Our Peyton Brooker will have more on this story later tonight. Turning to the weather, what a warm Halloween. Meteorologist Jason Livia joins us now with the first look at your forecast. Jason.
Well, Phyllis, it is certainly a warm Halloween, but there's a cold front and some rain on the way. If we look at the radar and satellite night now, we had a couple showers and light little drizzles pass through recently, but most of that is still way off to the west at this point. Going into right now, looking out from the Jandil's Skycam over Marietta, it is 77, slowly cooling off because we don't have the sun anymore, but it may feel a little cooler for that same reason, the sun being gone, with light winds out of the southwest around 6 miles an hour. Temperatures in the region still being around the upper 70s, but we're seeing lower 60s already over towards the west. And then overnight, we'll see those temperatures fall into the 50s, but I'll have more specifics on Halloween and the start of November in my full forecast. So for now, Phyllis, back to you.
Thank you, Jason. The Parkersburg Utility Board is working to inventory water lines that may contain lead. According to Pub General Manager Eric Bennett, they've recently notified 14 customers in Parkersburg whose lines are either lead or galvanized steel and need replacing. Bennett says they're also sending out notifications to another 14,000 customers who have pipes made of unknown materials. Bennett says they're required to come up with a plan to address lead, but first they need customers to help them determine how many lead pipes there are in their service area.
We're requesting them to contact us, let us know what the material is coming into their house, or make arrangements for us to come out, inspect it, and see what it is.
People who have unknown pipes will get a notice in the mail. If people do not want to wait for a notice to find out, they can also go to Pub's website and review their current pipe inventory. Bennett says lead pipes are not a serious concern in Parkersburg due to their regular practice of chemical corrosion control. Pub's effort to gather information about pipes in Parkersburg is part of a multi-year effort to address lead service mandated by federal law. New tonight, Boots on the Trail is providing an outlet for veterans and active duty military to help them deal with post-traumatic stress. Boots on the Trail is a nonprofit organization that uses ecotherapy to help veterans process any trauma they endured while in the armed forces. The organization has one chapter in Athens County, which serves veterans and active duty military in Athens County and all counties surrounding it. Bill Hayes, the president of Boots on the Trail, says it's important for veterans to be around people with shared experiences.
We represent a very small percentage of the population. We have experiences that are completely unknown to the civilian population. We speak a different language. Doesn't matter what branch you served in. We have a commonality of language and a commonality of experience. And there's just really no one else who can relate to that.
For more information about Boots on the Trail, you can head over to WTAP.com. The Marietta Welfare League had a fundraiser this afternoon to help get shoes to children in need. The league hosted the day-long fundraiser, selling hot dogs and baked goods at their league shop, gift shop, and cafe at Marietta Memorial Hospital. According to Welfare League member Susan Strauss, they had raised over $700 by this afternoon. The money goes toward the league's Shoe Tag Fund, which hands out vouchers to children in Washington County who are in need of shoes. Strauss says projects like these are an important part of the Welfare League's mission.
We're helping every child who needs a pair of shoes, and there are a lot of children who don't have shoes to wear to school, or they have holes in them, they're torn, so we give them this shoe tag, like Pat said, for a brand new pair of shoes, and this is the money we're going to use towards that.
Along with the Shoe Tag program, the Welfare League has many charitable operations that benefit Marietta and Washington County, including awarding grants to different local nonprofits. Caring for ailing loved ones is a part of life for so many, and it can take a toll. Roughly 7 out of 10 family caregivers say they're struggling to balance their jobs with caregiving duties. More than 1 in 4 say they've had to cut back at work to be there for their loved ones. That's according to a recent AARP study. Peter Zampa has more in Listening to America.
We're in Connecticut, speaking with Janet Riccitelli, who's caring for her husband, Mike.
It's lunchtime in the Riccitelli household. Salami sandwiches. Mike just returned from a walk. He walks 5 miles a day now. It would be 10 if it were up to him.
Walking is really the only thing that really brings him great joy.
The two met in 2008, both divorced with kids.
We've had a really nice life, worked hard, did a little traveling, saved for retirement, and then boom, we, have the diagnosis.
Frontotemporal dementia, a rare brain disease that affects personality, language, and movement.
He dresses different. His signature is different. Recently, he's had been trouble putting his left shoe on. I said I wasn't going to cry. He was a partner in everything we did.
So it sort of upended some of your plans.
All our plans. All our plans. We don't qualify for any kind of financial assistance, and we have a little money, but that money will be gone very quickly.
What do you feel like you need?
You need a book that says, number 1, do this, number 2, do that. I think there's got to be some change with what the government supports in, say, home care.
Organizations like AARP are trying to get more assistance for caregivers. Nancy Lamont is the nonprofit's chief advocacy and engagement officer.
We are very uneven in our support for family caregivers.
Lamont says additional funds are being pumped into telehealth systems and respite care in many states, and the federal government is now paying healthcare providers to train caregivers.
We probably don't want a healthcare system with training just through YouTube.
But she also says caregiving's not for everyone.
Can you tell them who all these people are here?
Janet is set on Mike staying home as long as possible, but Janet openly speaks about the inevitable looming over everything.
You seem so calm and collected talking about the end. What is it like to speak in those terms?
I cry a lot. I don't think about the end often. Every once in a while, it's like, okay, what's your plan going to be? And so, there's no playbook with this.
Mike's playbook? Keep walking with the friend he cherishes and a partner he loves.
It just shows in different ways at different times, but yeah, no doubt in my mind that he still loves me.
Janet's story is a common one across the U.S. People are happy to step in when their loved ones need help. But these caregivers need help too. And there will be a lot more difficult decisions and uncertain futures if they don't get it. I'm Peter Zampa, listening to America.
Still ahead, reproductive rights are taking center stage on the campaign trail. Why IVF has become a particularly thorny issue this election.
And October ends on the warm side, but a cold front coming through tonight will bring a cooler start to November. That's next.